So this is a high-speed front-limited track. If you look at it, let's start off with Sector 1 in the red. Sector 1 is, for the most part, high speed. 1 to 2, high speed. 3 is a little bit tight. 3 to 4 to 5 is a little bit tight. So I'll call that medium speed. But in general, that's a high speed. Then 6 to 7, that's the only real slow-speed corner on this track. 7 is the only real slow-speed corner on this track. And the rest of Sector 2 is high speed, especially with the S's, 10 to 11 to 12 to 13. Those are S's. So
what about 16? Is that an S or is it a corner?
16 is a medium. It's sort of tight. But it's very short. I mean, it's very, very quick. So I'll say that might be a little bit of a slow speed corner too. Yeah, that might be a slow speed corner, but no, because you're coming in with high speed. That's more of a sort of, it's almost like a chicane. What do you think, Afolabi?
Yes, it looks like a chicane, but this.
So it's just sort of high speed, yeah.
Yeah, one thing about this track is going to test your brakes a lot, and your tires are going to degrade a lot. So setups have to match the demanding, degradation that drivers are going to experience here. It's a high-speed track, but it has to be a balanced aero package, medium to low downforce, and then a balanced aero efficiency kind of setup is what will help here. And then people
will help out McLaren.
Yeah, it will help out McLaren, and they should be prepared for. There's usually rain in Silverstone, so everybody should be prepared for both scenarios. So basically, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this track, once again, Verstappen will be fighting the McLarens, but the difference will be, like you said, the braking and mostly the braking and a little bit of the tire deck too. But the main issue with Verstappen's car, there was no grip this week. If they don't have grip, it doesn't matter whether you're on a slow or a fast track. It's not going to matter. So he needs to deal with that grip issue. Now, apparently, he would have come third or fourth in this race. So I'm going to say Verstappen is going to be struggling. He has an outside chance of getting pole, but I think it's going to be between the McLaren drivers. And right now, in the form that Norris is in, I picked Norris to get the qualifying, and I picked the race between him and Piastri again, and it'll be close. I think Norris was, given that he's dealt with his issues with the front of his car, especially when it comes to entering high-speed corners, they've added some geometric front suspension changes for him, and the handling, he seems to have gotten rid of that problem of messing up on entry to high-speed corners. But we have to remember, the last race, what was the last race? Austria doesn't have as, the high-speed corners are not as intense as they are here. So we'll see if Norris has really overcome this problem with his balance and predictability of the car on high-speed corners. It looks like he's dealt with it. So he should be the favorite to the qualifying and win the race. But the race is 50-50, to be honest, between him and Piastri, no matter who starts in pole.
And also, Silverstone loves British drivers.
That's what I was about to say. Don't rule out George. Don't rule out George Russell.
Yeah, but the problem is that Mercedes is not doing well on high-speed track.
But if it's I was talking more about Norris, because Norris is British, and Silverstone loves the front guy, British guy.
But you know what's funny? Norris is a fake British. His mom is Belgian. He has British passport, but his parents are like from other. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't even. Norris's accent is he has a Belgian accent. Let me find out. He's one of those people. He's British, but it's through citizenship.
What Norris should do? He should cut. He should take his knife and cut his hand and put it on the race track. To put his blood on it so that.
No, you know what Norris needs to do? Norris needs to put sugar cube in his mouth, so he can talk like a Cockney British. Yeah, I'm ready for a race now.
Or something like that. You should behave British on this track, so that because Hamilton had a lot of fun on this track. All these British drivers had but
like you said, watch out for George Russell, because the track might be colder. There might be rain. Silverstone is cold, so watch out for Russell.
Hotter this time of the year might be the very opposite, so that might work against him completely. Apparently,
we have to see what the weather is.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Falabi?
Hot.
Yeah, I was about to say that we haven't quite checked on the forecast. If it rains, then you have to put Mercedes in the picture because they're usually very strong here if it rains. But like you
It's going
said,
to be cold next weekend. It's going to be 17 degrees, and it's going to be raining all next weekend.
and that's fairly.
Well,
We're called cloudy.
So they're in with a chance, perhaps.
God is good because every day, look, if you look at the thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sunlight. Then Saturday, Sunday, raining. Then Monday, sunlight. So maybe God is making a good.
Yeah, because we're in July. We're in July, more or less.
Yeah, but Saturday, Sunday next week is going to be cool temperatures and cloudy and showers, rain showers. Maybe not heavy though. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but Russell and Antonelli, they're not good rain drivers. It was when Hamilton and Bottas, they were there. So the rain drivers would be Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso. Those are the ones that. So I don't know. Well, we'll see how Russell he has to improve in his rain driving.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think in general, to be safe, we can say my predictions for next week's race will be Norris first place. And when I'm saying Norris first place, it's 50-50 really. Then Piastri second. Then I'm going to say Verstappen and Leclerc will fight for third, fourth. But I'm going to say Verstappen will bounce back. What are your predictions, Mr. Johnny? Yeah.
I would say it's okay. Whoever qualifies first between Norris and Piastri would win the race. I would say Norris qualifies. But whoever qualifies, but so Norris, Piastri, and Leclerc. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I want to say Verstappen, but Leclerc is doing very well. Let me tell you, that's another person who either Leclerc should leave Ferrari or no, where will he go? That's the problem. They need to bring in Christian Horner to Ferrari and let Verstappen go to Mercedes.
Something like that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Kule?
I think that if it's going to be the low pressure, bad weather that we expect, I actually think that Hamilton is going to outperform his teammate. I think it's going to be as you were, 1 and 2 with McLaren. And Verstappen, it's been a while that he's had a good race. He should be having a good one come up now.
Oh, he had a good one last week. He came second in the last race.
He was run-up last week.
He's always been on the podium, Abi.
Yeah, he came second. Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing okay. Yeah. He came second in Canada. Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting the feeling that Mercedes seems to be falling away on high-speed tracks.
Yeah.
I think Mercedes like high-speed tracks. So, I mean,
that's the problem.
Silverstone either, if I'm being honest.
Okay. All right, guys.
But Hamilton must have been happy racing with George Russell, and then he must have after overtaking Russell.
Hamilton was happy. He said, "This guy is good, though." But once again, Hamilton dropped off again. Like we said, he's not.
Yeah, somehow he doesn't know how to unlock that car at the in the middle of the race. Yeah, but I saw the race at the beginning between him and Russell. Both of them, they were. It was like personal.
Yeah,
really.
But I think he just happy, and I predict it just depends. If you give Hamilton the right car, I'm not saying he will beat Leclerc, but him and Leclerc can challenge. Either of them could win a championship.
When Hamilton kind of finds his way better with the Ferrari, he'll be dusting. I wouldn't
say he does. I wouldn't say he dusting, but it'll be head to head. It'll be like, let's say, Alonso versus Hamilton. So you understand what I'm saying? Because you have to remember, Hamilton was being beaten by Russell last year, although it was still close. Yeah.
The car was weird.
You know what the problem with Hamilton is? If you have equal car with Hamilton, if the car isn't fast, you can beat him. Hamilton only drives well when he has. He's better if you give Hamilton a car that's very fast, and both people have the same car and is very fast, he'll beat the other person. But if you give him both of you have the same car and it's mediocre, Hamilton needs to have a fast car.
He needs a spectacular car to.
I'm not trying to diss him, but he's like a prima donna. He's like, why are you giving me? It's like telling Ben Johnson to run 100 meters barefoot. He's
like, what? You crazy?
All right. So that's all. So I think we're pretty much done. Kule and Afalabi, maybe at 7 o'clock we can do the political show. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. See how you said it?
All
I was
right.
like, yeah, I want to drink my beer. All right. We have to talk about. We have to talk about. Trump signed Uganda. Trump is bragging that he signed peace treaty with Congo and Rwanda. That they signed peace treaty, and he said that they will give him they give America the minerals and they'll have peace. I like Trump.
It's like his own dreamland.
Yeah. Take us out of Falabi.
Okay, it's been another brilliant Formula One show. We've been discussing Austria and looking ahead to Silverstone. And from Mustafa, Johnny, Kunle, and myself, we'll be back again.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you. We'll see you later. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo.